Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Why Aren't You on DVD? This is going to be Volume 2, where I take a look at 5 more movies that's never been released onto DVD format in the United States. So let's go ahead and get started on the first film here, and we have Hunter's Blood. This movie is very similar to Deliverance, where it's a group of hunters that go into the woods and they get stalked and attacked by a group of redneck hillbillies. And it stars Clu Gulager, who was in the original Return of the Living Dead and A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. He's really good in this film, and it's kind of a violent, bloody film for it to be just a Deliverance-esque type movie. But if you like Deliverance and if you're interested in like survival horror, definitely check this out. I'm not sure what company owns the rights to it, but it was originally released by Embassy on VHS. So I wish that whatever company owns the rights to it would put this out. It's definitely an interesting movie, especially if you like Clu Gulager. So definitely check this out if you guys get a chance. So, Hunter's Blood, why aren't you on DVD? Our next movie up that we have is a movie called Wheels of Terror. And it is a made-for-TV movie, and I'm not sure what company owns the rights to this. I just remember seeing it on TV. I think it aired on like CBS or ABC or something like that for like the movie of the week. And it's from 1990, and it's about this guy who drives this black car. I'm not sure what the car brand is, but the windows are all tinted out and everything. You can never see who the killer is, but he drives around and he kidnaps teenage girls and he murders them. And one girl he kidnaps, the family goes and looks for her and tries to hunt down the black car. Now, I'm not sure I'm not sure what company would be able to release this. I'm not sure who owns the rights to it again, but I would love to see this come out. I mean, it would be great for like one of those like double feature film sets, or those 4-film TV sets or something that Scream Factory puts out. That'd be really cool to see that on. Again, it's not very violent because it was made for TV, but it is a very interesting film, especially if you're a fan of like car chases movies, because this is one of those where it's kind of like the beginning of Jeepers Creepers, just throughout the whole movie. So it's a pretty interesting film. So definitely check it out, Wheels of Terror, if you can find a copy of it. The next one up is a movie called Spookies. Again, I'm not sure what company owns the rights to this, but it's never been released. And this is kind of a really weird movie. If you like cheesy films, you're definitely going to like this one. But it is one of those movies that seems like it's 3 different movies that were made, and they didn't know what to do with those 3 films, so they decided to go ahead and string them together for one long movie. And that's pretty much the entire plot, just 3 different type of stories that are strung together as one movie. It's not an anthology or anything like that. It's just, it's so weird that you can't really put the stories together. There's no similarities between them and why these things are happening. So if you like cheesy stuff, you like weirdness, definitely check out Spookies. I'd love to see Scream Factory put this out, but I have no idea who owns the rights to this. Maybe in the future, maybe this could be one to put out. I'd love to see it. So, Spookies, why aren't you on DVD? Next up isn't an actual film, but it's a TV series. I remember watching this a long time ago when it first aired, and I've never seen it since. I do have copies of it here, but I've yet to watch them. But it is MTV's Fear. This was a reality TV show where they would actually take a group of maybe like 4 or 5 different people. They would take them to abandoned places or haunted locations or different places like that that were supposed to be scary or haunted, and they would give them tasks to do. They would say, you have to spend 5 hours buried in a casket in the middle of the woods where this old lady died 10 years ago or something. And if they completed the task, then they would have to go and another teammate would come and do another task and so forth. They were competing against other teams. And I actually thought this was a really cool show. They've remade that show again on in a kind of a different format, but pretty much the same story of everything, where teams go and do tasks and come back from haunted locations. I don't know the name of that one, but I'm not sure why they wouldn't release this. I mean, right now MTV seems to be doing a lot of horror-related stuff with like My Super Sweet 16 Psycho thingy or whatever it's called, and Teen Wolf and stuff like that. So you would think that they would, decide to release this, but nope, never been released on DVD before. So MTV Fear, why aren't you on DVD? And the last title is a really, really cheese fest movie. It's called The Invisible Maniac, and it's about a doctor, scientist, whatever you want to call him, and he was trying to create a formula to make himself invisible when it goes horribly wrong, and he gets laughed at by all of his colleagues. And he was already kind of crazy to begin with, so this little experiment that happens to him just drives him further into craziness, and he kills one of his colleagues, and he gets locked up into an asylum. He escapes from the asylum and finishes his serum, but he also decides to take a job at a local high school as a teacher, or covers as a teacher, in order to make money to buy stuff for his serum. And once he ends up making the serum, he decides to make himself invisible, goes around the school. Of course, the first place he goes to is a girl's locker room, so if you're into that type of stuff, like the voyeurism stuff, definitely check this out. But it also has some of the most hilarious, over-the-top death scenes ever put on film. There is one scene with a sub sandwich, a giant, like, foot-long sub sandwich, where this guy, or this girl is sitting at a cafeteria, I can't speak today. This girl is sitting at a cafeteria, and she's eating a sub sandwich, and the invisible guy comes up to her and shoves the sub sandwich down her throat. And you see, like, the sandwich go all the way down with, like, it goes into the throat and kills her. It's ridiculous and hilarious, and you have to see it to believe it, of how bad and cheesy this is. The first, like, 30 minutes isn't very good. It's kind of boring and slow. But once it gets to the part where he's in school, it takes a cheesy greatness approach. So I would definitely check this out if you guys like cheesiness. So that is The Invisible Maniac. I did read an interview from the director. Oh man, what is his name? Well, his alias name for this is Riff Coogan, but I can't remember the actual name of the guy. He helped work on Chillerama. Adam Rifkin. There we go. Adam Rifkin is the guy who directed this film. And I read an interview where he actually wanted to release this himself. I guess he still owns some of the rights to it, and he was trying to get it on DVD, but nothing ever came about it, so who knows. Maybe eventually this will be put on DVD. I'd love to see some special features on the making of it. It'd be interesting to see that, but definitely a hilarious movie. That's The Invisible Maniac from 1990. Thank you guys for watching another episode of horror films that have not been released onto DVD. That is Why Aren't You on DVD Volume 2. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys like this video, let me know if you want to see another one done, and I'll search for 5 more. So, see you guys.